It's the stuff of a rather charming film, isn't it, really? The Three Nuns on the Run. It could have been written by Hollywood, but it happened in Salzburg. Three elderly nuns, 88 years old, 86 and 82, quietly packed their bags, slipped out of their Catholic care home and made their way back to Schloss Goldenstein, the convent where they had spent their lives, and with the help of former students and even a locksmith, they broke back into their old home. They restored water, lit candles when the power was off, and announced with remarkable serenity that they were never leaving again. The story is funny, charming, cinematic, yet it also raises very serious questions about the way our societies, including churches, handle aging, authority and autonomy. Sisters Bernadette, Regina and Rita spent decades teaching in Goldenstein Convent School, reshaping and shaping the generations of pupils, one of whom was the actress Romy Schneider, and their convent community dwindled over time, and in 2022 the Archdiocese of Salzburg took over, and in 2024 the community was formally dissolved and the remaining nuns were told that they could live in the convent for life, providing their health allowed. Yet, in December 2023, they were moved against their will to a Catholic retirement home. They hated it. Sister Rita said she was homesick every day. Sister Bernadette declared, "I've been obedient all my life, but this was too much." So they left. First, it's about dignity for many elderly people being moved into a care home. Even the best run care home is experiencing a life which is stripped away, stripped down from independence. Independence is stripped away. They're stripped of choice, of meaning, of agency. And for these sisters, their convent was not just a building, it was the place of their vows, their community, their life's work, and to remove them was to sever their past and to dictate their future. Second, it's about authority. The church authorities argue that they acted responsibly, that the convent was no longer fit for purpose, that the sisters' health required professional oversight. But what the nuns highlight is the age-old conflict between obedience and conscience, and had they obeyed vows, superiors, they had obeyed vows, and their superiors had given them rules, and they were the rules that they followed all their lives. Yet in their 80s, they drew the line. Here they insisted obedience could not mean exile. And third, it's about memory and belonging. Former pupils immediately rallied to the sisters' side. They brought food, restored electricity, posted videos of the nuns on Instagram at Mass, serving dumplings, even challenging others to stair-climbing races. One pupil said simply, "Goldenstein without the nuns is just not possible." And this is profound. A convent is not only bricks and mortar, nor even a canonical entity. It is a memory embodied in people. By returning, these sisters reasserted that truth. And finally, it's about resistance in old age. We often think of rebellion as the preserve of the young, but this story shows something different, that old age can sharpen defiance. Sister Bernadette even said, "Before I die in that house, I'd rather go to a meadow and enter eternity that way." That's not melodrama, it's theology. She chose freedom, even if precarious, over security without meaning. It forces us to ask, should safety always trump freedom? Should the priority of medical care always override the emotional, spiritual and personal claim to home? We live in societies where longevity has outpaced our structures of care, but longevity without dignity is not life. This case is not just about three Austrian sisters, it's about every elderly person who feels they are being put away for their own good, but against their own will. It's about whether institutions listen or merely manage. And the final irony is this. The church wanted to ensure these sisters were cared for, yet by refusing them their convent, it deprived them of the one thing that truly kept them alive, a sense of purpose. Back in Goldenstein, desperate for freedom, despite no stair lift, no central heating, and official disapproval, they are happy again. Supported by their students, visited by doctors, they are once more at home. And this episode should make us rethink our models of aging. Care is not just medical, it is existential. And these three elderly women have staged a quiet revolution, reminded us that there is a right to home, memory and dignity, and that is as essential as food and medicine. And perhaps that is why their story has caught the imagination. Because in their flight from care home, They dramatize the universal longing that we all share, not simply to live long, but to live meaningfully and to die where we truly belong.